Okay, in this lesson, what we're going to do is show you how to delete your recent history in Internet Explorer 9. There's several ways to do this, but let's just take a look and see what we have. I'm going to go down and launch Internet Explorer, and we're going to bring up my default home page, and we go up to the star, which is where the favorites live, and I'm going to click favorites. And you can see my default list of favorite folders. I can go click on the tab that says history, and what you see here is a little calendar icon that shows you uh, what's been looked at today while you were browsing. I can go back a day ago or a couple days ago or last week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and each one of these, if you open one up, let's just bump this one open. When you open it up, you can see all the different sites that you were visiting on that given day. If I click it again, it collapses, and that's pretty much how that works. Let's take a look at today, and we can see that I went to like 3 different sites. Now, one easy way to do it, if I decide that, okay, well, I went to a site today that I don't want anybody to know about, or I just would rather not. So I'm going to right click on that link. Just go over here and click delete. It's asking you, do you want to delete this item? I'll say sure. And when I go back, click the star to history, you can see that it's gone. Okay, if you want to get rid of all the items for today, then of course it's really easy just to right click and click delete. Are you sure you want to delete the history items today? And we're going to say yep, go ahead. And when I go back and check, there's nothing there, it's gone. Okay, all right, but that's not the only way. There's several ways to do this. Okay, another way you can do it is go over to this little wheel cog gear looking icon and click tools. Go down to internet options, and it'll bring you up to a dialog box, and you'll see where you have in the next tab down here, you have browsing history, and there's a checkbox. If I check this box, it says delete browsing history on exit, which means that when I'm done with this browsing session or internet surfing session, whichever you prefer, your browsing history will be deleted as soon as you close out Internet Explorer. It'll be removed. You won't see that anymore. Okay, that's one way of doing it. And let's get out of that. And I believe that we also have another option, which we'll get into in just a moment. Okay, here's another way you can manage your internet history on Internet Explorer 9. Let's pull it up. And if you have your normal menu bar up here where you have File, Edit, View, Favorites, Tools, we click on Tools, and you'll have the option right up top that says Delete Browsing History. You can go ahead and click that, and that will delete your browsing history as well. Now we also have another option that's called In Private Browsing. Let's click on that and see what that's about. When we click on In Private Browsing, you'll get a dialog here that tells you that it helps you prevent from storing data about your browsing session, your cookies, your temp internet files, and so on with other folks after the session is over. So in other words, when you go up and click out of this X out of this session that you're in this in private mode of browsing in Internet Explorer, your history will not be saved. So let's see about how that works. Let's say I look for the CIA World Fact Book while I am in private browsing mode. And here it is, CIA. This is nothing classified. We're good to go. And it takes us to the CIA's really great website for learning everything you didn't want to know about whatever country you didn't want to know about. So there we are. We've been there. We've looked at it. We've seen it. So we'll go over here and X out of it and get out. We were in private mode when we did this. So let's go over to our favorites and let's bring history tab to the forefront and let's open that up. And you don't see anything about where we just were. If I click Google, we can click Google. Again, it just takes you back to Google. There's no way you'll ever know that we were actually looking at that website. And that's sort of how in private browsing works. And that's the end of this lesson. Thanks for watching.